and what it has become and what it is not and what it should not be and what it could be. So the word empath is basically, it's just an emotion that we all carry. It's not per se a certain type of ability or anything like that. It's not like it's a special ability. It's a simple thing. It's a simple emotion that we all carry, and it's become out of control as far as people casting themselves a label as an empath, a super sensitive person. So what this is all about is about being in control of that sensitivity. And basically what you're saying is, you are choosing to put the blame on the emotion rather than putting in the time and the work into properly addressing your dysfunction. Because what empathy is basically is just a dysfunction that you are not properly addressing. Okay? It's not that you are more sensitive than everybody else around you. It's not that at all. Okay? Let that go. Now, what I want to break up to is as far as 4 categories of people that are enlightened beings. 4 categories, basic 4 categories, keep it simple. And where you would fit as an empath, what you call yourself. So let's change that. This first category, we'll call here number 1, we'll call it light workers. And light workers are basically people that have accepted that there are spirits around them constantly. Even if they haven't had a ghost contact, or they haven't had ET contact or anything like that. But they are awakened. They're awakened to be outside the box. And it usually happened for them. It happened by a near-death experience. It could happen by peyote, ayahuasca. It could have happened by a very traumatic illness. It could be a traumatic loss of a loved one. And then what happens is you become switched on because the small things in life, are the important things, and all the other crap disappears after that happens to you. So we call that an awakening too, and it melts away all the bullshit of life, and only the things that are very important, love, family, and have the meaning anymore that are deep within your heart. So you become a light worker. And then so what happens is a lot of people get stuck at that basic level, and they got called, well, I'm an empath. I can't, I understand that I'm a special person and I'm opened up and I can't do it. But you can do it. You need to get past that area of just being a light worker. You need to move on. The second category would be starseed. There's a differential. And starseed would be a person that would be a contactee. He's probably from life, somewhere throughout life, most of their life, they've had direct contact with UFOs, crafts, the abductions. Well, they probably wouldn't tell you it was abduction. They'd say, they willingly go. So these are starseeds. And also another type of starseed would be also a being that was not born here on Earth, that is in human form, that is aiding us. It basically could be a hybrid, whatever that would be. So that would be also a starseed. So then you have the next category would be, the third category would be your psychics, your channelers, what they call seers. Seers are just psychics or channelers. And basically what they do is they work directly with the spirit. They work directly with the ghosts. They directly with the entities that we cannot see. They're outside of our visual spectrum. They're over here in the gamma, delta rays, infrared, radio waves. Psychic people can see in these areas, and that's why they can communicate with these spirits. And then the last category, number 4, would be your physical healers, your medicine men, your shamans. And those would be the last category. And those guys kind of contain A little of each categories 1, 2, and 3. So when you get to a healer, medicine man, and shaman, some of those guys will contain all of those categories. So once again, so you're an empath. Basically, you're an awakened person, and you're at the number 1 spot as a light worker. And what you're doing is you're doing shadow work. What they call shadow work. Shadow work is when you're home on your computer talking and healing people and helping people here and there. But you're not really applying yourself. Basically, in public, you have a big fear, and your basic problem is you're socially inapt in public. And what you're not doing is you're not shielding yourself when you go out in public. Narcissistic people and most other people that don't call themselves empaths, they have that same empathic abilities to take in stuff just as you do. But what happened, they have done is they've conquered and mastered shielding it or turning it off to a point where it doesn't even bother them. They don't even have, it's devastated their compassion. So you see narcissistic people that have been so damaged by it that their compassion is totally almost non-existent, you know. That's how ugly they get. All right, so this is you light workers are at that entry level. You empaths are at the entry level right there with light workers. So and basically, like I say, you're doing dark work and you want to go out in public, but you're taking in too much stuff when you go out in public. Okay, all you beginning light workers. I'm not going to call you empaths no more. All right, I'm going to call you beginning light workers. Just awakening. And it doesn't matter if you've been doing this your whole life, which you probably have. You've probably been suffering from watching shit that's ugly around you your whole life. You know, doesn't matter if it's a tree being knocked down or trash in the street or, you know, people that haven't eaten in days. That hurts your heart, and it's probably happened for a long time, not your whole life. After I want to get to is how do you stop all this, okay? Well, this is how you're going to stop all this, is you have to accept that you have a dysfunction in your social life in public, and then you need to address it. That's number 1. So how are we going to do? I'm going to give you some tips, easy tips to do this. There's 2 types of people in this world, okay? And you got to look at this now, okay? You've got to stop being the Earth Mother and taking care of everybody in your life. You can't do that. Stop it, okay? Shut everybody off, and then evaluate everybody. There's 2 types of people in the world. They're givers and takers. The narcissistic taker and the beautiful hearted giver. And you already know in your heart what that person is. It just takes you a few seconds to evaluate and think about it, you know, their actions and what they've done over your time, and then say, okay, this person falls on bad Santa sign, and this guy's, you know, on the good side of Santa over here. So you need to take care of your social skills. So we're going to practice with social skills. I don't have a lot of time. So you're in the market, and you're in the checkout line at the market, and there's a fight going on next to you in Walmart, and it's ugly, and stuff's going on. So what you had to do is you're going to have put your earbuds on. You're going to drown that out a little bit, and then you're going to turn away from that. And then there's going to be the Star magazine or Inquirer in the rack, and you're going to look and see what Tom Cruise is doing or what kind of aliens have landed this week. And then you're going to take your focus away purposely from that, because that's what other good people do, socially apt people do. Okay, that is what great healers, great medicine men do. They have that control. Yeah, we're empathic as hell. I can make me cry if I go out in the streets and see some of the stuff so all day long, but don't need to. Control that. So you're not controlling. Okay, young light workers. So now you're at the donut shop and you're getting donuts and you're ready to pay, and some people come in and they're speaking a foreign language and they're jumping around and they bump into you and they're really in your space, because, you know, we have our space, right? And some people just don't get that. We already know what side that person is. It's a taker, not a giver. Givers don't get into your space. So what you do is you're not going to stand there and then put yourself in that emotion. You're going to stand up and you're going to walk away. You're going to go check your phone over here. It's okay to get up and walk away. Okay? That's what you're not doing. That's what other people are doing, but you're not. Okay? So you need to do that. And now this is the last part. What I'm trying to tell you is Other people, let's just do an analogy. Um, Young light workers, empaths, everybody else is one guy at the beach, right? Or I tell a friend, let's go to the beach. And one guy says, I don't like the beach. I can't go on the beach. I get sunburned. The water messes my skin all up. I can't handle it. I don't like going out there. And then I say, well, did you put sunblock on? That says no. Did you put sunglasses on? No. Did you have a hat on? No. So everybody else did on the beach but you. Right. So you don't like the beach and you can't get along with the beach because you can't figure out to block your third eye properly like everybody else is. When you go, young light workers, when you go out in public, be ready. Have your earbuds on. If you have a distraction, it takes it away from you. Have your cell phone closed, the distractions going on around you, but not too loud where you can't hear ambulance or a siren going by, but enough to, if you're really being bothered by the day, you're having a rough day, turn that off. Don't keep letting the bad people get into your skin to take your peace. All right. So the last piece I want to say again is for all you empaths is to focus your work on the givers. You're not even allowed right now, I'm telling you, to hang out with anybody that is a taker or talk to even anybody that's a taker. If you see them, just go the other way. I don't care if it's the family member, your mom, your cousin, your aunt or uncle, just go the other way. Go hang out and spend your time with somebody that would give you back their shirt on their back. Go hang out with them or don't hang out with nobody else. Sit here and think about what I just told you. Why you're calling your empath, and why you're the only one on the beach walking around without sunblock, without sunglasses, and without a hat on. Right? Why are you that only person? Figure that out. Go in there and figure out why you're being dysfunctioning like that. I'm giving you the tools how to get out there in public. So, get out there and do it. Once you are able to go out in public like this, it's going to create a great empowering inside of you to go up to the next step, which would be move up to a psychic and channeling world. Once you get control and understanding and shielding of your third eye and stop taking in everything, I was explaining this to other people in the last part, like when you're out in the sandstorm and the sand's blowing and you're blinking your eyes, you have sunglasses on, you have a towel over your mouth. Except for you, you're not. You're walking around with your eyes wide open with the sand hitting your eyes and your mouth open, the sand's flying in your mouth. Okay? You got it? Now you understand what you're doing? Okay. So, no such thing as empath. An empath is just a feeling that we all carry. Okay? What you are an awakened person now that is in the light worker world. You're working in the shadow work. You're working at home. You're working on your computer. You're talking with other people about what you do and your gifts and your abilities on the computer. And you're doing a little bit of your growth there. But you can do a lot more growth if you can get out in the street and control your empathic ability to control your emotions. You're, like I said earlier, you're socially inept right now. Your social skills are not good. You need to get your social skills down so you can be in public and have full control of what you intake, what you don't. And it's so easy to walk around with your chest up and fully lit and just walk around and just, people actually part your way. When you're lit, boom. The energy coming off of you, your aura and everything, it pulls all the way from you. Like people won't fight around me, or people will all change their attitudes around me because the energy around me is pretty big. And when you get to that point, that's what you really want, because I know I want that for you too. That's why I'm spending my time writing something down so I can show you as much as I can in as quick a time. I have 15 minutes. I think this is about to the end of it. Once again, stop being the only person on the beach without sunblock, sunglasses, and a hat on in public, right? All right. Take care.